Slange, y'all. We're acquainted with Curious Volumes, and my name is James. I usually do tags on Tuesday, but I've been tagged by Kelly of books I'm not reading to do the the St. Patrick's Day tag. And since Monday is St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to put this video up on Monday. And it's a series of questions related to Irish culture and Irish history and literature. So as you probably know, I have great love and admiration for Irish culture and history. So let's get into it. Number one, your favorite green-colored book or movie. For this, I'm going to pick Midori, Brilliant Violinist by Charnan Simon. Now, Midori, this is a brief young reader's biography of the great concert violinist Midori Goto. Viewers of my channel won't need to be reminded that Midori is the Japanese word for green. So I think that's the best choice for this. She was a wonderful Japanese-American concert violinist who we used to hear more from it seemed in the 1990s. She was more ubiquitous than she is today. Number two, your favorite St. Patrick's Day themed book or movie. I honestly have to say I tried to think of one, and I could not think of a St. Patrick's Day themed book that I've ever read, so I'm going to have to pass, I'm sorry. Number three, Corned Beef and Cabbage, a movie that made you hungry. So I have this great cookbook, which is called Japan, the Cookbook. It's from Phaidon, and it is not the best cookbook that I own, but as an object, it's beautiful. It's got these kind of like faux bamboo kind of secondary covers that are glued onto the actual cover. And then it has beautiful full color photographs on almost every other page of the dishes. And they're all on different pieces of Japanese ceramics and pottery that are part of the author's collection, and it's just a fantastic book, and it's a beautiful thing just to leaf through, even if you don't cook through it from it. But it's got noodle dishes and stir fries and simmer dishes and just things that are made of just eggs and all kinds of like there's one for pickled daikon radish peels. Just things you would never think of, and it's just fantastic. So that is Japan, the Cookbook by Nancy Singleton Hachisu. Let's see. Next prompt, number 4. 4-leaf clover, a book or item that was a rare good luck find. So I've shown this actual object on this channel before, but because of where I have my phone camera set up, I can't show you my actual version of it, but I can show you a reproduction of it in a book. And that is a print of Utagawa Hiroshige's Heavy Snow at Kambara, which is part of his series of views along the Tokaido Road. And I have an actual woodblock print of it that I found at a yard sale. I was walking Louise one day and passed by. It was just sort of propped against a tree. People were having a moving sale, and I asked how much it was, and it was in this plastic frame with a kind of water damaged mat, a cardboard mat around it. And she said, well, it's $5, and you can. The frame is great, and you could throw out that picture in the mat because they're water damaged. I'm like, yeah, I guess that'd be, yeah, sure. So I paid $5 for it, and I threw out the frame because I didn't like it. But it's a wonderful print, and I've shown it before on here. So that was a pretty lucky find that I just happened to be walking by and spotted it. So yeah, let's see. Number 5. Irish Whiskey, a book so bad you would need a drink to get over it. So, all right, I don't know that I categorically say this book is bad, but I got a very bad version of this book. I got a Kindle version of No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. And it's this one that has this kind of horror/manga cover. And the translation is very stilted and awkward. And it's riddled with misspellings and typographical errors and words stuck together that shouldn't be stuck together. It's just, and you know, I've made a couple of videos on here about how you have to be careful when you buy things from Amazon, that you're not getting some swag version. And I got some swag version of No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. And you know, and then after I got it, and I read like a third of it, I looked to see who the publisher was, and it's the publisher's name is all in Cyrillic letters, so it's some Russian company that's flogging these bad versions of Osamu Dazai's books. Okay, and so is the book itself bad? The book itself might make you want to drink. It is bleak. But apparently it's a very popular post-war Japanese book, so maybe I need to find a better translation and give it another try. But where's that? Let's see. Moving on. Irish dancing. I love Irish dancing. A book so good it made you want to dance in excitement. I was so excited to find this book in the Ed McKay's when I was getting into sampling the Nobel Prize winners, and this is Yasunari Kawabata's Thousand Cranes. It's a wonderful book about the Japanese tea ceremony, and about love and desire and filial piety and duty. It's amazing, you know, and it's a quiet story. You know, there's not a lot of action in it, but things are just so beautifully described, and it's a very sad story as well. But this is just a fantastic read. It's a quick read. But it bears rereading. And if you're interested in Japanese tea ceremony or in Japanese pottery, there's a lot of content about that in here as well. So that is Yasunari Kawabata, Japan's first Nobel laureate. Thousand Cranes. Okay, number 7, Ireland, a book that made you want to travel. Oh, a book that made you travel to a different country, travel in your mind or in real life. And for that, I'm going to pick another Nobel laureate. I'm going to pick O.A. Kunzaburo's A Personal Matter. This is I mean, today we would probably say it's practically a memoir, maybe you'd call it autofiction, but it's a story about the author and his coming to terms with the birth of his son, who was born with a severe handicap. And the same thing happened to O.A. Kenzaburo. His son was born with a severe mental handicap, but his son grew up to be a composer. I don't know, although I've never been able to find a recording of the younger Kenzaburo's compositions, but apparently he's successful in Japan. And this is a book like nothing I've ever read. It's incredible. It's dark, and when you're reading something from another, a culture is different. Let me put it this way: if you're reading an American book or an English book, there are certain things you can expect are not going to happen. Certain moves an author is probably not going to make in a literary fiction or a mystery or whatever, depending on the genre. When you're reading something from Japan, you can't be sure that they won't make those moves. So you will be surprised by a lot of things that happen in here. And so, does this make me want to travel to Japan? Well, let me tell you something. The protagonist, if you can call him that, of this book, a guy who's desperately trying to avoid facing up to his responsibility as a new father, is obsessed with the idea of traveling to Africa. This is what he wants to do more than anything. He's realizing that with this new responsibility that he has, that he's probably never going to be able to do it. And as we age and some of our options fall away, we may say to ourselves, I'm probably not going to be able to do these things that I wanted to do, to go to Africa, like the protagonist of a personal matter wanted to do. But you can travel. You can still travel through reading, through films, but also through reading. You can travel in your mind. Okay, the last prompt is the pub, a meeting place in a book you'd love to go. So I haven't read this book, but I've seen the Netflix television adaptation of the manga series Midnight Diner, or Shinya Shokudo. And it's a fantastic little series, very gentle, and 30-minute episodes centered on a diner in Tokyo that is open from midnight till 8 a.m. And there's one employee who is the cook, and he has one item on his menu, which is pork miso soup. But he will make you whatever you want if he happens to have the ingredients. So each episode is named for a dish. Some of them are traditional Japanese dishes. One of them is a corn dog or pancakes. So people will come in and ask for these foods, and through this you learn about their lives and what's going on with them and why they would be going into a diner at 4 a.m. to get a corn dog. It's a gentle show. Some of the things that they deal with are things that you would not see dealt with in an American or an English show. If you're into Irish culture and as I am, give it a try. Midnight Diner on Netflix, and there is also a manga that you can find. I don't think many issues of it have been translated into English, so that might be a little tougher going for you. But anyway, look, I've loved this doing this tag. Thank you, Kelly, for tagging me. If you share my passion for Irish culture, please consider yourself tagged and give this a go. I'm wearing this beautiful green and white scarf made by my wife Sharon, fruit pie weaving, and I will put a link to her in the description if you want to go and check it out. Get one for yourself. Erin go bra, my friends. That's how they say it, right? Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.